Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I have for you today some Dollar Tree fall DIYs, and this video is in collaboration with these wonderful, lovely ladies. They're all my friends and they all have so much to offer, so I'm gonna encourage you to go ahead and check out their channels. I'm gonna have them all linked in the description box, as well as the playlist for this collaboration. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. DIY number 1. For this project, I'm using this pizza pen from the Dollar Tree. I'm peeling off the sticker, and then I'm taking this contact paper that is actually like my background. You see it over here on my workbench. I actually got this on Amazon, but I know Dollar Tree carry some as well. So I flipped over the pizza pen and I'm now tracing with a pencil around the inner rim of this pizza pen, and then after I was done with that, I will go ahead and cut it out. You have to be pretty firm holding this down. It was a little bit slippery, but I ended up cutting it out perfectly. So that's good. Now that I have this cut out, I am peeling off a little piece on the top, and then I'm just pulling the backing off and smoothing it out as much as possible. Now that I have this done, next thing to do will be to take Dollar Tree rub-on stickers. Yes, rub-on stickers, and I spelled out words thankful and blessed. And if you ever worked with these rub-on transfers, they're actually easy to work with. So after cutting out all the letters individually, you peel off the backing, press the letter down, and just go over with something, nail or anything else over the letter, and just peel off the top part, and the letters are transferred. After I was done with all of the letters, I decided to add two little additional kind of like leaf pieces on the both sides of the symbol I, and this is how it turned out at the end. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now I have these two greeneries. It's a eucalyptus greeneries from the Dollar Tree. One is dark red and the other one is green, as you can see. I'm taking two picks of each, and I'm just hot gluing first the dark red or almost brown on the top, one on each side, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the green ones. And when I was done with hot gluing them, this is what I was left with. Now I'm taking these two raffias from the Dollar Tree, green one and a natural color, and I'm taking two strands of each, and I am going to create a very simple bow, putting them all together. I wanted these two colors to kind of mix, and I am gonna attach, or actually hot glue, that bow in between that greenery, and then I cut off the excess of the tails, and that's for this part. That's it for this part. I'm going to go ahead and get this hat from the Dollar Tree, and I took off one piece and I will hot glue it in the back to create a hanger. First I hot glue it a little bit too close, and it is very easy to peel off if you make a mistake like I did. Just peel it off, pull the hot glue off, and then reattach it. And after that, this is complete. This is such a beautiful piece, and it can be used anywhere in a house. I love that it can be on a shelf, or you can hang it somewhere. It can be actually hung on a front door as well if you wanted. And it was so easy to create. You saw how easy it was, and it was so inexpensive, all Dollar Tree items, and I love it. I want to hear what you guys think about this one. Okay, on to the DIY number 2. I'm taking this pumpkin, foam pumpkin from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna also take this hat from the Dollar Tree, and I already have some strands from the previous hat that I used. So first thing I'm gonna do is to just create two holes, one on each end of this pumpkin. So I'm just using my scissors to do so. And after I was done with that, it is time to attach these strands. So I'm first adding a little bit of hot glue in the middle, in that hole, attaching one end of this hat part. I don't even know how to call them. But anyway, and I'm attaching it with a little bit of hot glue along the way, and I am then cutting off the excess and adding the hot glue in the other hole and attaching the other end as well, pushing it in. Now I'm gonna go do the same thing with another piece. I'm adding in the beginning a little bit of hot glue, then I'm overlapping the first one, adding a little bit of hot glue, and I'm gonna do the same thing, hot gluing it on the other side and push it the end into the hole. And then this is how it looks like when I was halfway done. When you're doing this, just make sure to go just one way. You want to make sure that all overlapping is going the same way. So just keep going until you're completely done and all pumpkin is covered. Now that everything is done and all pumpkin is covered, this is how it looks like. So beautiful already. So now I'm taking this rope, nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. I'm cutting off one little piece. I am adding a little bit of hot glue so it doesn't unravel at the end. And I am gonna add hot glue in that top portion where the hole used to be and attach this. I think it was a little bit long, so I decided to cut it off and add a little bit of hot glue to secure it. And this is how it looks like. Now I'm taking this piece. It is actually almost like a wired jute twine, but it's like a paper type. I actually saved this from some packaging that I had, and I am wrapping it around that stem that I created, adding a hot glue so it doesn't unravel. And after it was in place, I went ahead and cut off the tendrils, and I am just wrapping them a little bit just to make them curly. And after that, this project is complete. This was so simple. Again, I love simple projects, and everything that I had over here pretty much came from the Dollar Tree or can be found at a Dollar Tree. And look how gorgeous and high-end this looks like. I really like the simplicity of it. I love this color, this cozy color. And I think this is gonna find a place in my shelf for this fall season. Tell me what you think about this one. Friends, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jelena, stay-at-home mom of 2 kids that love crafting and doing DIY projects. Everything that I do is on a budget, and I'm doing rustic, farmhouse, and modern styles. A little bit of everything. Hope you enjoy it. If you're on social media, I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Come and find me. Say hi. I would love to get to know you. A little reminder, my regular upload times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes that changes, like today. I hope you don't mind. Okay, DIY number 3. For this project, I'm taking this sign from the Dollar Tree. It says Good Vibes. And I'm taking the hanger off first, and that leaves 2 holes. So I didn't have a wood filler, so I'm taking the spackling from the Dollar Tree and filling out the holes. And I'm drying it with my heating tool. And after it was dry, I am sanding it off, and it worked perfectly. So now I'm gonna give it a good coat of this Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color. Actually, I went over 2 or 3 times on some spots to cover those letters. And this is how it looks like when it was all done. Now I have this paint on hand. It was just regular wall paint, and I'm adding baking soda to get that ceramic consistency, or actually look. And I made it a little bit thicker. Now I'm applying it to this part. I'm going in a little circular motion, as you can see, or curved motion, to create those lines that pumpkins have. Now, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it very well over here. When I added a little more on some spots, and after drying, it bubbled up on some spots and also cracked in some spots. And I absolutely love that this is what I was going for because not all pumpkins are, perfect. They all have imperfections. So now I'm using this gray chalk paint by Martha Stewart and adding these lines. After that, I am taking jute twine from the Dollar Tree. I am hot gluing it in the back of this little pointy end on the top that I thought I'm gonna use as a stem, and I'm just wrapping it around, adding hot glue wherever it's needed. And then when I was completely done with this part, this is how it looks like. Okay, that's it. And now I am going to go ahead and take this green raffia that I was using in my first project. I took a few strands and I'm just gonna hot glue them right under the stem, just like this. And then after that, I'm taking this natural color raffia and I'm creating a bow, a little bit thicker bow. So I took more strands and then I'm gonna hot glue that right in the middle of that green one, right under the stem. And I'm gonna just cut off a little bit of the tails just to make it look nice. And that's gonna be it for this project. Look how cute this turned out. I love that this was just some random sign to begin with, and I created a pumpkin for this fall season. I again love that on some spots there was some crackling of the paint, there was some bubbling, and that made it more perfect and more rustic and more realistic. So you see it over here, what I was talking about. I really, really like it. So now I want to hear from you. What do you guys think about this one? Guys, I'm so excited about this challenge. This is my first challenge that I will be hosting. It is Unconventional Materials Craft Challenge. I will be hosting it every other month starting in this month of August. So next one will be in October. It is very, very easy to join. Rules are very simple. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, please consider joining. Send me your pictures of your project and I'm going to feature you in my video. So the rules are to create as many projects as you want. You must use supplies that are not originally intended for crafting, so they are unconventional. Mention me and my co-host Dave over at Dave's Reads and Things in your video, and also link our channels in your description box as well as the playlist. And have fun. That's the most important. So Tuesday, August 17 at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Unconventional Materials Craft Challenge. Please join us. I would love to have you. Okay, DIY number 4. I'm using this crochet that I found at the Dollar Tree, and after taking all the stickers and everything, this is what I was left with. I'm taking again this hat from the Dollar Tree, summer hat, and I took one strand, I measured it out, and then I am just going to attach it with a hot glue to the bottom part, to the black part of the base of the crochet. And I'm adding a little bit of hot glue here and there. I didn't want to hot glue it all the way. And then after I was done with that, this is how it looks like. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I will take this cattails from the Dollar Tree in a yellow color, and I will go ahead and cut off 3 of those yellow strands, or actually 3 yellow picks. A little bit, I made them small so they can fit in a crochet. And after that, I am also adding a little bit of that green grass that came with it. I'm putting it all together, and I'm taking a little piece of raffia and wrapping it around the base and then securing it with the hot glue. Now that that is done, I'm taking more raffia and I am creating a bow. So I'm tying a bow right around that base where I secured it with the first piece of raffia. This was a little bit of challenging because it was slippery. It was so small, but I managed to do it. I'm cutting off the tails, and the next thing to do will be to add a hot glue in the middle of the base of the crochet, and I am attaching, actually hot gluing this mini bouquet to it, and I'm just closing it, and that's it for this project, guys. This was my last project. I really hope you enjoyed all of them. I love every single one. Pumpkin is probably the second one, the mini pumpkin, I think is my favorite, but I want to hear from you which one was your favorite. Tell me in the comments down below, and would you recreate any of these? Give this video a thumbs up, it means so much to me, and subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you. Make sure to check out the playlist in the description box, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.